Hey guys, after two and a half years, Bassin Hogs is back. But I just got done about, last weekend watching Martin set a record in Lake Okeechobee for, 91 pounds. And I tell you, man, I am stoked for spring. Now, it's still cold up here in the northeastern part of the U.S., around D.C. and Maryland. And we're just, our lakes are just locked into the cold weather. Everything's pretty much shut down still. But spring is right around the corner. It's going to get here pretty quick. So, real fast, just wanted to go over a couple things with you. Hey, if you just had two lures to work with, that was your choice, that was it. Which ones would they be for the spring? Well, I'm going to tell you about my favorites. First, I use a spinnerbait and love spinnerbaits. If you've seen my other two videos, you just punch in Bassin Hogs and you will check out those two. I got a maintenance video and then one on the different lures that I use for spring. But as you can see here, this is a spinnerbait. It has a double willow leaf for keeps it high above the surface of the water and some finesse fishing. And I put a little magic on this, and not many people talk about this. These creature baits, which I love to use, these are just fantastic creature baits. I like to use the reaction innovation creature baits. This particular one is a 3-inch, and what I do is I just pinch off the tip of it, and you can see it right there. And then I always trim my skirts up a little bit, just a little bit on my spinner baits, but this produces a ton of action. I've caught a lot of nice sized bass right here in the spring and right into June and July on these spinnerbaits with these creature baits on there. This is a 3-inch that's on here. And then they come in a couple different sizes, 3-inch, and then this is, as you can see, this is a 4-inch. So you can see the difference here. So the other lure that I use, that if I just had two lures to work with, the good old dependable jig. And you could work these jigging around rocks, wood piles, mostly in the spring when the water's cold. This gets you right to the bottom. You could drag them across the bottom real slow. What I like to do is I like to take the weed guard, kind of spread it out a little bit, lift it up a little bit away from that hook. And then, of course, I use a 4-inch reaction innovation creature bait. I love these. This is in green pumpkin. And again, what I do is I just, I'll take the jig and I'll measure it, and then I'll snap it off right about there, pull that weed guard down, and then just slip this right onto that hook. And there you have it, right here. This is a monster lure. A monster lure. It'll knock the heck out of largemouth bass. And sometimes you might get a smallmouth on this. I mean, it's just crazy. And it's just one of my all-time favorites. So these are the two that I would have. Now in the spinnerbait category, I will also, and I said two lures, so in the spinnerbait category, I will also have one that has a pretty good sized Colorado blade on it. You can see it right there. Creates a nice vibration which in the springtime is great to have because that vibration attracts the bass. Again, I'll have a trailer on this, and really great lures to use if you only had a couple in your tackle box that you were stuck with. So that's it. Hopefully you guys can get out there, and girls can get out there and try these lures. Again, if you're down south, you could probably do it right now, especially in Florida. Up here in the middle, in the Northeast, and DC, Baltimore, up into Harford County and up through there, all the way up Delaware, it's still cold. So for those of you who love cold water, I guess this would be the time. But I'm not a big cold water fisherman, except for the beginning of spring. So that's it, and hope you guys got a little bit out of that. Try it. I think you'll have a lot of luck.